Of live stuff and thoughts count anywhere. We are here at the WWDBTV studios, and these guys are wondering what the hell just happened. Anyway, WWDBTV studios in the heart of Las Vegas. That's right. Today is Royal Rumble, but you know what? We're here for 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours. Why? You think it's Royal Rumble? Nah. We missed him last week. We got to catch up for all of last week's stuff Matt and I thought about saying or doing. The man wasn't here to take it. That's right. 702-992-3207.
Damn it.
Gotcha. If you want to call us, you know we are going to talk about Royal Rumble mostly in the first hour. The second hour, we'll get into all other news and stuff as well. So you can do that. Check us out on all the normal sites. What's the phone number? I forgot already. What is it? Test.
702-992-3207.
And in about a week, make sure you go to Roku, download the WWDB-TV channel. And not only will you check not only Thoughts Can Anywhere plethora of shows, but there's a plethora of shows within the plethora of channels for WWDB-TV.
Can you feel the electricity in the studio today?
I can.
Electricity.
You practiced. You had 2 weeks to practice.
5.
That's just a short in there.
That's
Is that your fingertips or the room?
I don't know. It don't matter. We're in a great mood today. You know why? We are back at full strength. Chief is back with us. Royal Rumble, lot to talk about with predictions and stuff. And, of course, yeah, we know there was a big resignation that happened yesterday. We'll get to that. That's a crappy situation we'll have to get into later on.
Somebody resigned, huh?
Somebody resigned.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of prominence. But anyway, Mr. Matt, how was your week, sir?
It was pretty eventful, but it was pretty good. Yeah.
Are we going to get a whole collage of stories during story time?
I had a really good one.
Oh, got to go. Okay.
I know one thing. There ain't going to be no intimidation today.
That's right.
How about that one?
How about
that was pretty good, huh?
So how you doing since we last
I'm
seen
doing
you?
well. Got my
He's
gloves.
got his fighting gloves on.
Got my gloves.
He's doing his best Brock Lesnar imitation with the gloves on.
Feeling better.
Good. You look good.
We're happy to have you for all of you that don't know, Chief was a little under the weather last week, so but I am feeling better.
He was so far into the weather, it was hot.
It was 20 after 6, and I was texting Aaron. That's how under the weather I was.
Yeah, that's right.
AM or PM?
Would take your choice.
That's true. Very true.
Smart ass.
It's Chief. Is it BC or AD?
That's it. Where's my wooden stick?
2 minutes.
Where's the wooden stick?
He doesn't
hey,
have the stick.
make sure you pay your damn cable bill.
Oh, my God. We did a lot of that last week, too, including me.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, get your tickets because the train is leaving this station.
Yeah, buddy.
We didn't even go off the rails last week. How about that
And
one?
here we are, 3 minutes, and we're off.
That's what I'm saying.
We're
4
off.
minutes. We're totally gone out of the station.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you know what that means. Robert Babcock, don't you know if you want to say Brock impression? What? Don't know if you want to. Oh, yes. Yeah, he was part of that.
Is it time?
It is time.
It is now time. Story time with Matt.
Right now?
And now here is your storytelling host, Matt Mullen, the Mr. Rogers of the Fremont Street neighborhood. Take it away, Matt. What's happening in the neighborhood?
So I was walking around the building on Thursday, and I hear like metro sirens, and they're like pulling somebody over, and the sirens were like really, really close. So I was like, I'm gonna go be nosy. I'm bored. So I go around like the breezeway of Las Vegas Boulevard, and I see they're pulled a car over across the street by like the El Cortez parking lot that's like between us and the El Cortez. All of a sudden, like Metro pops out of the car, guns drawn, screaming at these people to get out of the car. It was like 2 guys. They both get out of the car and they're like facing away, and all of a sudden they're just pop and just run. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. And I was like, they're running this way.
Towards you.
But yeah.
Okay.
And then like a bus pulls up like right in the middle of the breezeway. I can't see anything anymore. And I'm like, shit, just in case. Start getting like positioned. And I'm like, where are these guys? And all of a sudden they're like coming running into the breezeway. I went for the one, I missed him. But the second one, I was like, I got your bitch ass.
Did you
grabbed him? Huh?
Did you have the taser?
No.
You didn't have
His
the
body
taser?
slam.
Well, I know that, but I just want to make
And I was
sure.
like, Metro was like right
That's
behind both
okay.
of them. And like he was reaching for the second guy. He saw I grabbed him, so he ran for the other guy, and the other guy just gave himself up like right on the other side of the hallway. It was just like, oh, you're like right there. Never mind.
Dumb shit.
They were like, oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And
You ever find out what they did?
they were in a stolen car full of drugs.
Oh,
Smart.
That's a Saturday every day in Vegas.
The actualization of the incident.
Am I going to have a walking dictionary today? A walking syllable
That was
dictionary?
pretty good.
Syllabus.
What did you say?
You got another story for us?
What was the word you?
Actualization. You got another story?
That's
He was
six.
reading like a thesaurus all week.
I was going to
probably.
say, because that's another 6-syllable word he gave us.
That was
The
six.
Soros.
Those word of the day calendar.
I'm
You
just
know-
waiting him to figure out how to put anti-disestablishmentarianism into a sentence
How about
somehow.
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious for you Mary Poppins fans? All right. Well, it sounds like another. So Super Bowl's coming up in a couple of weeks. So how nuts does it get down there for Super Bowl? Does it get any nuttier than normal?
Yeah, a little bit. That's when there's been like a couple crazy stories just off the Super Bowl. But
How nuts does it get at any event you have down there? That's the question.
Well, different.
Well,
Depends
F1
on the event.
Not just Super.
No, I'm specifically asking is F1 did nothing to anything abnormal in terms of crowd.
F1 fucked the business.
That's fucked everybody.
That's
remember a
gonna be
Super
my
Bowl like
rant.
years ago?
Yeah,
There
go
was
ahead.
two guys arguing over the Super Bowl, and the one guy stabbed the other guy like 11 times. So we got a call of a fight, and I run over there, and everyone's like surrounding like this thing, and I was like, get the hell out of the way. I get in the middle of this thing, and this guy's laying there covered in blood. I'm like, what the hell happened? And they were like, this guy got stabbed, and I was like, where's the guy that stabbed him? You know, like he went that way in a wheelchair. I was like, huh? I called for backup because we actually have like Fremont radios at the time.
Yeah, because those.
And they were like, he went that way up Ogden. And I was like, this couldn't be that hard. So I ran over there by myself. And then there's a guy in an electric wheelchair just trying to gun it. And he ain't going very fast. So I was like,
That's when you need a taser.
That's
I run up behind him. I was like, come here. And all of a sudden he jumps up out of the wheelchair and starts
It's-
running. I was like, the hell? So I
it's
start
an
running
immaculate.
after
It's a
him.
miracle. It's a miracle.
Well, I started running after him, and luckily I had my headphones in. I called Metro, and I was like chasing a stabbing suspect east on Ogden.
Right.
Get over here now. It was like a scene out of a movie because we got like the next block,
Right.
and all of a sudden there's cops coming out of every way out of this intersection,
Jeez.
and we eventually get him like in the middle of the intersection. There's
Right.
like guns everywhere. I'm like, don't shoot me.
So, right. I'm the good guy. Jeez.
You
Well,
know,
what makes it even different, though, is with the Super Bowls having it here, the crowds have got to be, they're going to be off the wall, except for the players. They're told not to gamble while they're here. But that's why I was thinking about
well,
how
that's-
Super Bowl's going to be
That's one of the reasons that we finally got a football team here.
for gambling.
You know, the other teams,
Right.
the Raiders, you can't gamble on here.
Right.
You know, they're not up on the board.
Right.
But you can bet
Not
on-
everybody else.
But you can bet on the Raiders if you call offshore.
What if they're out of town, though?
Offshore.
All offshore? How far off you got to go?
7 mile limit.
3 miles.
3 miles. I got
3
7
miles.
miles over here. All right. Good morning, Brandy. Historians out there. Mr. Babcock's out there. Of course, later on as we go in this first hour, our predictions for tonight. We'd love to know your predictions. Put them in the chat room, of course. If you're on YouTube, you can do that. Or 702-992-3207. Call us with your predictions.
What I was going to say is,
Yes.
you can really tell. Police officers get knocked,
Mhm.
but you know what? If you see how they responded at UNLV and
Oh, yeah.
incidences like Matt talks about,
Right.
they're some of the best in the country.
Absolutely. Absolutely. First responders are always A1. All right. You want to do rumors or you want to go right into Royal Rumble? Save rumors for second hour.
Whatever
What would you like?
Whatever you want to do.
Roll the dice.
I feel like I'm home with my wife. I
Roll
never
the
get a straight
dice.
answer
Well,
either.
you in a world of shit.
I
Go
know.
Royal Rumble then.
Royal Rumble.
Royal
Thank you.
Rumble.
All right. Royal Rumble. Here we go. That's tonight, by the way.
What was the
4 p.m. Pacific pre-show, 5 p.m. Pacific regular card. On what network? Peacock. There you go. Thank you very much. Which, see, I know the sound effects.
Fuck Peacock.
So wait a minute now.
What?
Now with this, we'll talk about Nev. I was going to get into the Netflix and all that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought I was leading you into
No,
Vince
no,
McMahon.
no.
Oh,
We
okay.
said we'll do that in the second hour.
Oh, okay.
Jeez. All right. So the card only has 4 matches for what it looks like tonight.
Oh,
Yes.
no shit. That's what I told you before we went. Oh, well, the Royal Rumbles are going to take a while. I said, yeah, 4 matches. Ain't that what I said? Huh?
I just realized how much I really did miss him last week. All right, 4 matches.
All
Yes,
right.
because the
How
Rumble.
much smoother the show goes?
The Royal Rumbles probably they always take like
Smoother
an
than
hour.
his X-Lax.
Extra. Oh my God.
See, look,
Maybe that's what McMahon had.
See that?
What's that? Not. That's what I do for my.
Yeah, like meds.
All right. So let's talk about the non-Rumbles first. United States Championship. Logan Paul taking on the prize fighter, Mr. Kevin Owens. I don't know. I don't have a feel for this match at all. We know they slugged each other a couple of times during promos. They knocked each other out. I saw something earlier this week that maybe Logan Paul's brother may make a surprise showing and help him retain. I don't know. What do you guys make of this match?
They showed them like attacking each other at the Performance Center the other day and
Okay.
all this stuff.
In
But
Tampa.
as much as they're trying to push Logan Paul, and he just signed a new contract also,
Mhm.
I don't see him losing the United States title like immediately. So I definitely see Logan Paul retaining.
Okay.
But it'll be a good match. There's a lot of hate on Logan Paul, but as quick as this guy is like
As much,
catching on to the wrestling business,
as
I
much,
hate to cheer for him, but
as
it almost
much-
has me at
as
it.
much hate as there is on Logan Paul, the love is on Bunny. You know?
Yeah.
Same.
Is he in this match?
No.
No.
Here, so who you taking?
He said
Logan
he said
Paul?
Logan
Logan
Paul.
Paul.
Here's what I think's going to happen.
I put an M over there.
Here's what I think's going to happen.
Okay. Hit me.
All right.
Hit me with your shot. Not really.
You said part of it. Logan's brother's going to get involved in the match somehow.
Mhm.
Well, a name that I haven't heard mentioned, Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Sammy's going to get involved in the match.
Where has Sammy been? Is he off because he's still on that time off
Sammy's
thing?
been resting.
Okay.
Okay, up in Canada.
Okay.
He's taking it easy. But I think it's going to end in a possible DQ.
Interference.
On both parties.
So it's going to be a no decision.
And then it might come down.
Tag team.
Then it's going to come down. Might come down to be a tag team match.
Interesting. Okay. That would not surprise me.
Who do I want to win? I want to see KO.
Sure.
win.
No, I agree.
But
But-
I don't think. I don't. Premonition. I think.
So you're going to say no contest is the official. Is your
that's-
official pick?
That's what I'm saying.
All right. So let's see, Mr. Young. Note that however you want to for his pick. Ray could return tonight as well. That is true. I've read that in the sheets as well.
Superfluous.
So, did you read the dictionary last week? Holy crap! So you're going to say no decision,
No DQ.
no decision. I think Logan Paul's brother's going to show up, and I think he's going to help him retain. So I'm with Matt on this one. I'm going to unfortunately
I'm taking KO.
take Logan. So your official answer is KO,
DQ.
or
DQ.
so he wins by DQ
Yeah.
on. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought no decision.
No.
So
DQ.
Chief says Kevin Owens by DQ.
I'm trying to fool Ronald.
Well, you're fooling me because So let's presume for a second, because I want to extend the conversation on this. Let's say Logan Paul wins tonight, retains. What's next? Who's his next challenger for that title? Who do you think? Who could he build? Again, he's not a full-time performer. That's the angle here that I hate with these guys. He's not like a Seth Rollins who's there every week on television defending his title. With that being said, who could be the next person coming up through the ranks, or whatever you want to call it, that could maybe maybe chase the U.S. title after KO after this match tonight?
Trick Williams.
Trick Williams. Okay.
Did you see the pop he got last night
Oh,
on
yeah.
TV?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think he'll be in the Rumble tonight.
Him and Carmelo are going to lose the belts next week in the tag match down NXT.
For that to come up.
Trick Williams will be on the main roster by next Friday.
I think he may be in the Rumble tonight.
Well, he will.
Because
There's no doubt in my mind.
they
So
really
is
try
Braun
to
Breaker.
That's right. That they played so coy with the people that are enrolled or taking their shot. What did you count this morning of 30 guys? I think you mentioned
Well,
6 or 8 names, and that's it, right?
I'm going to
Leaving the doors open for these surprises. Are they really going to be surprises? Last year, I was very disappointed with the surprise entrances last year because there really weren't any at all.
No.
And again, with all the sheets saying this name, that name, this name, the surprise entrances really are not surprising anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Do we see The Rock making an appearance in the Rumble? Hogan? It's his 40th anniversary this yeyear. 40th year anniversary of Hulkamania. Why you look that up though?
They were even teasing it on SmackDown.
Hogan? Oh, I saw the vignette. We're going to step aside for a break while our crack research staff here gets the information up. We are running a couple of minutes behind, so we come back. We're going to finish that discussion, then move on to the other couple of matches for tonight. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. We're right back.
Thoughts Count Anywhere. Y'all watching it. These are my new tag team partners, Steve-O, a.k.a. Zeus, from the hit movie Friday, and from No Holds Barred.
Hello, this is Martin Casals, a.k.a. Marty the Mob, and you're watching the Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. Enjoy.
What's up, man? It's your boy, Stephen Fatu. I'm here with my man, Big Chief. I need you to check out the podcast, Thoughts Count Anywhere. This is Impact Wrestling's Dash and Chris Bay, the ultimate finesser, former Finesse Division champion, and you're listening to Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast.
Hi, I'm Sean Navari. Listen to Thoughts Count Anywhere for all your wrestling news.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts Count Anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit hey, all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
This is the Essential Character EC3 on behalf of my dear friends at Thoughts Count Anywhere. The podcast for your mind when you need deep thinking about all things sports and entertainment.
Hey, what's going on? This is Axe, and I'm smashing the demolition.
Hey, we want to invite you to watch every Saturday morning Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Hey guys, it's Tessa Blanchard and Ozzy, and you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, welcome back to Thoughts Count Anywhere.
All right, here we go. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Gunther, Damian Priest, and Kofi Kingston. That's and this is on the WWE page.
So that's
their own page.
That's 8 people who are confirmed to be in the Rumble. 22 names of surprises.
They announced earlier, like yesterday, there was R-Truth, Jimmy Uso, LA Knight.
Well, that's right. Truth pulled his number last night as well. You know what? This is down in Tampa, right? Tonight's event.
Yes.
That's not that far away from the Performance Center, right? I could see NXT guys coming up to get that shine at least for one match. You mentioned a couple of names during the break, right?
Yeah.
Braun Breaker and whatnot.
Trick, Carmelo.
So I'm going to jump around to one of the other questions you have on the men's side. Who would you like to see as a surprise entrance? Truly a surprise. I'm not talking about the NXT guys or anything like that. Who would you like to see as a true surprise entrance for the men's side tonight?
Matt Cardona.
Oh, don't you dare follow up with Knoxville. That'll be the 1-2. He's been teasing it. He's been teasing this for a couple of weeks.
Who?
Andy Kaufman.
Cardona.
That's okay.
Match of the Walking Dead, John.
I want to see Okada.
Is the timing right for that to happen?
Why not?
No, his contract's not up yet.
Why not?
Well, because his contract's not up yet.
So at the end of January.
Who says it's not?
He did. New Japan, right?
New Japan,
it is
Okada.
the end of January. It could be up.
27th?
Yeah, it could be up.
Could you imagine the reaction if MJF was in the Royal Rumble?
That was also brought up this morning too.
MJF.
Injuries. That's one concern. But yeah, his name has been coming up for this for a while. And for MJF, how about any of the old timers? Not that I want a spot taken away from.
I almost said it.
Not that I want to have a spot taken away from the performers who should be there.
Who's the oldest person active that Chief would be happy to see?
Ricky Steamboat.
That area.
But he's not active.
He can still go though.
Oh, I'm sure he can. Well, he did have a match a couple of weeks ago, or was it called off?
No, he had it.
He had that match.
They said Hulk Hogan was like teasing him about being number 30. By the time he would get to the ring, the fans would be at home already.
Yeah.
They have to bring him out in an Andre cart.
I'd love to see Steamboat go in the ring.
Yeah, but I don't think we're going to see that. I would love to also. I mean, there's some guys you want to see come back from the nostalgia of it.
I want to see Kevin Nash come back.
I think Nash could go for one. I mean,
He had his hips.
I think he did.
He's got like bad shoulders. He has like stem cells and stuff in his shoulders.
Now, Undertaker's rumored to be down there.
So I'm sure they're all down there. Come on,
Well,
it's Tampa, Florida.
No, of course.
Man. You know, it's the Gulf Coast.
Would you want to see Taker in the Rumble? Would you want to see him in the Rumble just for old time's sake?
How about him and Kane, both the brothers of destruction?
That would be great. That would be great. I mean,
I'm just saying.
So the nice thing is with 22 slots open, there's a lot of room for conversation.
Hulk Hogan.
Jeez.
We're in
Shit.
yellow and red, brother.
That's right. Yeah. What you gonna do? Desert Shark's in there. Good morning, Sharks. It's been a while.
Hey,
New Japan said on their official site, Okada will be a free agent on January 31st.
Oh,
Not only that, but Okada still accepted 2 more dates in February. Okada in the Rumble is a no-go.
I didn't read that far.
Oh, jeez. Jorge Hernandez. Come on, dude.
Who?
Undertaker came back from the dead. Just bring back Owen Hart.
Where the
boy.
Are you at?
It's in the chat room. It's
Lord.
in the chat room.
Oh,
I'm
I'm looking down here and see, how the hell?
I'm in the chat. I'm reading it off my phone. That's why.
Oh.
If John is so busy back there, unfortunately, he doesn't always get those comments up timely because he's doing everything else back there.
I'm
that?
Yeah, no, we don't have. I didn't have that one. Who's that one? Oh, from Desert Shark. I missed that one.
Yeah.
All right. Desert Shark says Logan retains, Roman retains, Punk wins, and Bailey wins the female Rumble surprise entrance. Trinity Fatu, Naomi, and I don't think that'll be a big surprise. Jade Cargill finally debuts. Braun Strowman returns from injury.
That would be an interesting.
That was up while you were looking on your phone.
If Cargill comes up, does she win?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I think
That
that
would be
showing.
That would be a huge pop for her,
Yep.
especially if they turn her to the good side.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a huge pop if she won it right off the bat because nobody's expecting it.
I agree with the surprise
All right,
idea.
that's what it's about. That's the
I think
Royal Rumble.
That's-
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, Shan's comment there with those predictions didn't show up in my newsfeed. You know, it's Facebook. That's why I didn't see it. All right.
It's on Facebook.
No, I know that.
Well, you
Didn't
got to
show up
turn
on
your
my-
phone on.
My phone is on.
Oh, okay.
I
Just
put a
check.
quarter in the slot. Don't worry about it.
Checking. Just checking.
Fucking internet.
I'm undisputed WWE Universal Championship Fatal 4-Way Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, LA Knight, Randy Orton. I saw an interesting comment about AJ online this morning.
Go ahead.
He's been in WWE now for 10 years, I think it is, roughly,
Yeah.
right? Because he debuted at a Royal Rumble. 8 years?
He came from ROH.
Right. So
to WWE.
he has wrestled more matches in his shorter tenure in the WWE, like 60 more matches, than he did his entire time in TNA.
Oh, wow.
That was interesting.
A tidbit.
A tidbit.
Tidbit,
That's only 2.
A snippet.
A snippet. Still only 2.
Oh, it's okay.
Snippet, tidbit,
I
bet you
got
4.
I got a 6 today, so
You got 2
that's on
sixes.
the Richter scale.
You got 2. All right, so let's talk about. Are we in agreement at the very least? Do you guys think this Raw Netflix deal will be good or bad for fans?
Who wrote that?
Jorge Hernandez, the gentleman, made the other comment. You want to touch a few minutes on that agreement, as long as we're being asked for it?
I think it's gonna hurt. In my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna hurt the general population because I think a lot of people still have cable TV.
Okay.
In the communities
Mhm.
across the country and
Mhm.
around the world.
Mhm.
All right. And I think to go to just Netflix or
Is that instead of or
Where-
in addition to?
Instead of
where,
for just Raw, Monday Night Raw.
Oh, okay.
where you're going to one company specific.
Mhm.
All right. And I don't like that. I think you got to spread it out.
Well, you still will have SmackDown on USA. Rumor is that they're staying on Fridays, so they're staying there. I'm still going to say pay-per-views because I'm not used to saying PLEs are still going to be on Peacock. So you already have people registered spending what $9.99 or $6, whatever it was for Peacock, which in turn for everybody who ordered the WWE Network was already paying $9.99. Robert says hurt because what time zone would it be on if it's live at 8 p.m. Eastern than 5 p.m. Pacific? The most still be coming from work. I'm sure they'll run it a second time or do a tape delay on Netflix too.
Jorge asked Raw, not SmackDown.
No, I know that.
Specifically
I know.
Raw.
But I was responding to what you said about it all going.
We know SmackDown is staying on
because I just
USA
said,
Network.
No, but I
knew that too.
I was sharing that because you said all shows going to Netflix. That's
no,
why
I said Raw. Damn, I'm going one
week. Replay?
Yeah, go to the red. Can I have a red flag, please? Anyway, I listen. I subscribe to both. You know, I was on the WWE Network for $9.99, so when they moved to Peacock, same dollar amount.
I'm just, and
I have Netflix because my girls like to watch it.
Is it become? Well, I'm gonna put it out. Is it a monopoly because Netflix is the highest bidder and they're giving
only for
US?
Raw,
they're giving WWE $5 billion
for Raw.
For Raw.
That's the whole point of the thing was to.
But that's not.
But where's the loyalty?
That's not a monopoly. Though.
Where's the loyalty lie? USA's been on, or Raw's been on USA for 30 years. Mm-hmm. Where's the damn loyalty? No shit.
Right.
If Vince's dad was here, that would have never happened.
They would have never even been on TV if Vince's dad was there.
That would have never fucking happened.
Yeah, they would have never got out of Madison
Square Garden.
Matt.
Matt, shut up. Shut the fuck up.
But it's not a monopoly, though. You keep using that word.
It is. No, They're going to Netflix. They're going to one company.
Just Raw.
But they're going to one company.
Netflix doesn't own USA.
I didn't say
Raw was on one station, USA. What's the difference?
I didn't fucking say Netflix owns USA.
No, but
why are you making that statement?
Because
are you trying to piss me off?
Probably.
But you're not doing. You're not getting there. No, you're not. You're not getting there.
I am getting it. A monopoly is when one person owns everything.
Netflix is going to own USA.
No, they don't.
Or is going to own Raw.
One show.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not a monopoly.
Yes, it is. In my eyes, it is. Maybe in your eyes, it ain't. I don't care what you think.
It's not what I think. The definition of monopoly
is... Let's go to the next fucking topic.
No, my turn. Yeah, you go. My turn.
What the fuck does a Niner fan know? Not a goddamn thing, so shut up.
You think the Lions are going to win? Your opinion don't matter about nothing. But
hey, the peanut gallery's even laughing over there. I got him tearing up. Yes.
See, Shad makes a good point. Thank you, T-Mobile, for giving me Netflix for free. Go ahead.
Raw going to Netflix is probably the smartest thing WWE's could have done because streaming is eventually going to take over.
They should have fucking
cable
gone
TV
to
is
Disney.
dying.
They should have gone to Disney.
WWE's going to lose like the audience in Sun City because they can't figure out how to hook up a Netflix connection to save their lives. Unless their grandkids call.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's about it.
Babcock says, wow, Chief, your sick pill's making you angry. Have a Snickers bar.
But they also announced that Raw's not going to have any commercials anymore because of the Netflix thing.
Robert Babcock?
Yeah.
He's a guy in Florida. He's all of our friends. He's our viewer that's there every week. So very supportive of Thoughts Count Anywhere.
So hey, Robert, if you think I need a fucking Snickers, send me one. Care of WWDBTV Studios in the heart of Las Vegas. Overnight it, so I got it for next week, sir. Have a good day.
If you can open the package and put some Ritalin in it somehow, that'd be delightful.
No, but make your point again about what you just said about the commercials.
I said Raw, that's the smartest thing Raw could have ever done. Is going to streaming because cable TV is dying slowly. And streaming is where everything is. Chief says it's a monopoly and it's not a good idea, but Netflix has 246 million subscribers.
I'll tell you what.
The 246 million people are going to see Raw
almost
weekly.
as many as we got.
Off
And
by
they announced Raw's gonna be-
245,599.
And said Netflix doesn't have commercials. That means Raw is going to be commercial free.
Right.
And if it's anything like every other Netflix thing, as soon as it's over, it goes to like you can rewatch it right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
And how much does Netflix cost?
$9.99 for like the regular one, $14.99 for the non.
So it's like Peacock.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of good shows on it.
And fucking Peacock don't work half the time. So what makes Netflix going to work all the time?
I've never had a problem with Peacock.
I've never had a problem with any of them.
Fucking
honestly.
Peacock sucks.
I think it's user error.
Next.
Hey, welcome everybody to a new edition of Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Not about talking about old people and technology. That shit don't work.
Let's go back to the match.
We starting over?
Oh, fuck. I don't know what we're doing anymore. Let's go back to the Fatal 4-Way. Reigns, Styles, Knight, and Randy Orton. Are we in agreement that Reigns more than likely will come out with the title?
Yes.
This is not a prediction. It is a spoiler. And still,
You're
undisputed.
Reign defending and whatever else.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Right?
Jorge says Netflix actually has a $6.99 commercial tier. They might just pause the show during commercials. And I read that also, that if you buy, that is correct. You can buy $6.99, the most affordable package, but you still get commercials. Which, if you do get that,
I don't even look at that. That's the poor version.
So
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I hate
Hey, if he
commercials.
can buy a $500 belt, he can afford $14.99.
Oh,
There, you want to fuck with me? Go ahead.
I've never said,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I've never said anything personal to get you in trouble with your wife.
This segment is sponsored by AARP.
I didn't mention anything about your wife. Did I? Oh,
You
wait,
can get for
wait.
$9.99. You can get Netflix for free with no commercials. But if you get the $6.99,
you get commercials.
You get the commercials, but they'll break away, like you said, with a small watch-in.
Yeah.
Where nothing's going to happen during the commercial that's pertinent to the outcome of the bout. It's just a delay.
But you earn it.
What's that?
What you do.
Oh. So who's our winner?
Will you buy me an NXT belt for Christmas?
You want to join the Kiss My Ass Club?
Fuck no.
I'll buy you a muzzle belt.
All right. So does
You
Roman
gotta
Reigns
fuck
win
up
clear?
laugh.
Does he win clean in this match, or
Yeah.
we're going to have stuff happen?
It's like every other Roman Reigns match. There's going to be a lot of interference. But
You
Roman's
might
gonna
even
win.
see Paul Heyman in the ring on this one. You never know.
All right. Let's get into the Women's Royal Rumble match.
So we're all in agreement.
Yeah. I think we're all in agreement that Reigns is going to retain.
Go ahead.
Ronald says Randy with the win and tie for the most title reigns, so to speak. That's interesting.
The women's match?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you bring up that list as to who's already?
Bailey. That's the only name you need to know.
Okay.
Bailey. That's who I'm predicting.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find the women's. Hold on. Go ahead.
I honestly think that I don't know. I'm kind of torn between. Jesus Christ.
He won't say it. He won't agree with me.
Oh, I'm never agreeing with you.
Because that's what he was thinking.
By the way, just for clarification, Bruno's not in this match either.
That's what he
So
was
you can't
thinking.
pick Bruno.
How about Fabulous Moolah?
That would be.
I'd be Chiefs pick.
Well,
No.
since she's dead, it'd be a hell of an entry.
No, with Mae Young.
Oh my God.
Okay, there's the guys.
I know Bailey is definitely the favorite at the moment, but I'm still kind of leaning towards Jade Cargill debuting and winning.
Okay.
He read that. He read it just.
He
like
heard it
I
somewhere
did.
on the show.
Yeah, he read it like I
nights
did.
ago.
I read it on Thoughts Count Anywhere. If you pay attention to anything
I think I
we
said
do
that
ever.
about 5 minutes ago, didn't I?
You know,
if Cargill shows up,
you did.
maybe she'll win.
You did. I don't know why I'm not getting any notifications for anything that goes up on TCI on Facebook.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know why. I never get any notices or
your
anything
shit
going
broke?
on. My shit's broken. I got broken stuff. I don't know if my shit is. I'd have to ask Vince McMahon. But anyway, Women's Royal Rumble. I'm going to go on the side of Bailey as well. I mean, there are a lot of entrants that can obviously impact this match across the board. This is, I think, a bigger crapshoot than the men's side is, in my opinion. I think, though, Bailey, they're arguing with the split. They're playing with the split with Damage Control. Now that the Kabuki Warriors now have the tag gold and all of that stuff. You've all got the belts there now, right? Women's belts. They've been talking about what's the only belt they're missing?
Heavyweight.
The heavyweight belt, right? Now, there's rumor also is that it's supposed to be Becky and Rhea for WrestleMania. So does Becky win? It's a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised if she wins. I mean, but we already know the match is going to happen. It's not like the women's winner can go to another belt and not pick the women's heavyweight, the championship belt. There's no other belt unless you go to NXT. You can still take those. I'd love to see Bayley get her due because she, we all know her history during the pandemic, the damage control stuff and all that. I would like to see Bayley win as well. And how they're going to switch from that possibly to Becky and Rhea at WrestleMania, if that's the true story coming out that they've been saying is on the board for a couple of months now, I'm not sure. Maybe there's a match for the shot. Maybe Becky and Bayley have a match for that title shot for some stupid reason. Becky wins and then she faces Rhea. But
I think if Bayley wins, she'll choose EO and turn on like damage control. But I think like Becky Rhea will probably be made at Elimination Chamber. They're gonna have to do something big with Rhea because it's in Australia.
Very true. That's a good point. That would give it the turning point on EO. That's true.
Here's a tidbit of information. USA and Canada, it'll be on 7 p.m. tomorrow night Eastern Time. USA and Canada Pacific, 4 p.m. UK and Ireland, 12 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Australia, 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And in India, 5:30 a.m. India Standard Time. That's the time zones and the times that it will be appearing on TV tomorrow.
There you go.
And the most irrelevant news I have heard all day, but the event is today, not tomorrow.
Well, Gunther made that botch on Monday. Did you hear about that?
Well, you see, I'm reading
based
the
on time zones.
27th and the January the 28th.
Because in India, the time clock.
I'll get you a calendar for next week.
Okay, sir. So you're incorrect on that.
The Indian
It
time.
is tomorrow in some countries.
You've been reading the calendar like 50 years longer than me. You should know dates by now.
That was pretty good, huh?
Jorge asks another question. Do you think an entire women's league, similar to women's sports, is a good idea? They can have women heavyweight and other titles. So completely separate women's.
No one will watch it.
Where's my boy from Florida, man? What did I do? Did I hurt his feelings and he left?
He's in there. No.
Where's he at?
Which one are you talking about?
Ronald?
Babcock? Or
No,
Ronald?
Mr. Babcock.
He's in there.
Where's
somewhere.
he at?
I don't know.
There it is. Okay, I got it. All right, I'm good. Man, I was scared I ran you off.
No,
I'm glad I didn't.
I tried to throw him off the scent, but Mr. Babcock actually lives here in town.
Oh, he does?
Yes. His daughter's a big Rhea Ripley fan.
Nice.
Well, she's got some.
He will be delivering Snickers to the studio tomorrow.
She's got the right idea because I'm a Rhea Ripley fan too.
That's true. You
So
are.
there you go. No, I know, Mr.
I think if they did like an all women's league, it wouldn't have like the amount of viewers because
you think an entire.
I feel like old school like TCA. I feel like I'm interrupted constantly.
Can you put that up?
Put what up?
The one that the fella asked about the women's league. I'd like to reread that, please.
I read it. Do you think an entire women's league, similar to women's sports leagues, is a good idea? They can have all the women heavyweight belts and other titles.
Yes, I do. Totally agree with you,
Okay, let's
Jorge.
have Matt finish. Can we have Matt
sorry.
finish
Go
his
ahead,
thought?
man.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go
I
ahead.
got you. I
Already
got you.
interrupted me like 10 times.
That's okay. You talk about old people all the time. I'm going to continue to. That way you're going to shut up.
No, I do more for this shit than anybody, so
I didn't say you didn't. So take your finger out your ass. Go ahead. I'll shut up. Go ahead.
I said it wouldn't have like the amount of viewers like regular wrestling would, because I think if like the women's league was, if they did it like 3 years ago, like when like the 4 horsewomen like first started and they really gave a shit about women's wrestling, it could have turned into a thing, but it hasn't been they haven't been pushing the women like they used to.
I think
So I think they'll like
get sued.
I think WWE does a better job of it than AEW does. And of course, that's a promo pen I got in the mail. Leave me alone. Can I have my pen, please?
That's nice, man. I like that.
He took my pen.
That's got my name on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Aaron,
Asshole.
nice to meet you.
Go ahead.
Otherwise, would we have, and I agree with
we
you,
got a
because
new sponsor.
Snickers,
Do
yes, they'll satisfy
You
it,
guys have a break.
almost.
Okay.
UWW, as an example, right?
Yeah.
It's an all-women's promotion. They have not been able to get through thus far with anything that would surpass anything that's out there.
Yeah.
Right. So there are attempts, and you have WoW that's out there, right? Jeannie Buss and those folks.
Yeah.
So there really hasn't been an all-female promotion that has grown to any significance in a relatively short period of time. So I agree. I think for right now, until the WWE's, AEW, New Japan, ROH, whatever, they do a much better job with the women's divisions to really put them out there to increase interest in women's only shows or women's only leagues, as was suggested in terms of standalone women's wrestling. That's my thought on it. He's brewing like a cup of coffee.
No,
We're going to step aside for our last break of the first hour.
I was told to shut up.
We'll wrap up with the men's Rumble match. Maybe we'll get into a little bit of the Vince McMahon situation, and we'll keep going into hour 2. Don't go anywhere. More fighting. We'll be right back.
Business owners struggle with the following issue. How do I brand my business to get noticed? 88 Design Studio helps businesses by designing brands that boost confidence, look and feel timeless, stand out from the competition, and attract all the right clients. Whether you are in need of a new brand, upgraded design elements, or completely redesign your current brand, 88 Design Studio has fully customized packages for your business. Call Chelsea McKendrick at 702-525-3334 and visit www.88designstudio.com. Let 88 Design Studio give you a brand new outlook for your business.
All right, welcome back. All right, let's get to it, guys. The men's Rumble match.
Oh, I was going to comment now.
Oh, go ahead.
Being it's new.
What's new?
Okay. First off, I don't know what regular women means.
Okay.
I'm not aware of that. Second of all, there's been a women's organization in the Midwest called Shimmer. Mm-hmm. That's been an all-women's organization, wrestling organization, that has been in existence for over 10 years. And it's all women. Mm-hmm. So I think personally, if you have the right people in charge that own the company, ownership, that know what the hell they're doing, and the money backing is there, and there's plenty of independent women and professional women that could go to it and make it a very lucrative and productive organization. And that's my opinion.
It always boils down to PR marketing.
Yep.
Boils down to money.
Well, yeah, but to get the money, you got to put yourself out there with a product that people would want.
I'd like to see Stephanie McMahon run it too.
Run what? An all new women's?
Yes,
Well,
a women's organization.
Who knows? All right, the men's match. We talked about a possible surprise entrance in Matt Cardona, formerly Zack Ryder. Who would you pick as a surprise entrant before we get into our predictions for the men's Rumble? Who would you like to see come back in serious note that could make an impact or really kind of kick the fans off the charts, as they say? What do you think? If there's any hope that Drew signs, I think Drew will win the Rumble tonight and go on to WrestleMania. But there's still that big variable about his contract. There's been no signs that there's been any movement, and his contract is done at WrestleMania 40. The fact that he's even in the picture to the level that he is in all of this, I think kind of gives you hope. But I would like to see him stay and get the money that he's worth for what he did during the pandemic era, just like Bailey getting that opportunity.
I think we said earlier, or at least I did, maybe Taker and Kane come back to Brothers of Destruction. Mm-hmm. That might be interesting. Mm-hmm. But
anybody that's surprised to come in that has a real shot at winning the Rumble. maybe it's a better question to ask.
Braun Breaker.
Okay.
You know, what's the other guy that's down there next to you? His tag team partner right now. The big tall guy that was up.
Is that Wagner? Wagner?
No.
Diakovic or whatever his name.
Oh shit! No,
Dijak.
No, he was up on the main. He's been up on the main roster a couple.
Baron
times.
Corbin.
Thank you.
Oh, well, all right. There you go.
That could be.
See, I like that. I like
could
that
be.
because he hasn't been on the main roster for a while because he's been down in NXT
That could
working.
be. That could be.
I like that possibility as well.
could be.
Baron Corbin. Yeah, I could see him getting up in there, getting that opportunity. But let's get down to it. Who do you pick? Thomas says he thinks Jimmy and Jey Uso will actually start the Rumble, and Jay will eliminate Jimmy.
Okay.
Babcock throws Killer Karrion Kross's name out there. I would like to see him in there and do something. AOP.
I would hope he's going to be in there.
Him and Lashley will both be in there for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, just for their storyline of nothing else, right?
Hey, how do you like Scarlett with her dark hair? She's not a blonde no more.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously fits the scheme of what they're doing. It's a different
The
look.
genre.
The genre.
Pretty good, huh?
It's only two.
That's only two.
That's two. So who's your winner? Let's get a winner. Winner, chicken dinner.
I
Folks-
still don't believe like those Sports Illustrated leaks, even though I think Gunther is going to get to that spot soon. I just don't think it's going to be right now, at least until he drops the Intercontinental title. So I still think CM Punk is winning tonight.
Okay.
I think realistically, I think if you've looked at the last 5 months or so of what's happened, I want to see this guy win it tonight. I think he deserves a rematch with Roman, but I don't.
I risked.
But
Scribbled.
I don't know. And I'm being honest. I don't know.
Well, I think
I want to see Randy win it. I want to see this guy win it. I like to see Gunther win it. Okay. So Drew's another one. Okay. I don't have for this match. I don't have a definitive.
Well, I think we talked about that earlier. This is a hard match to call. It's why I think it's more wide open than the women's.
This is like the first time in like 5 or 6 years, like the winner's not like, oh, it's this person. Like last year, Cody's winning.
Well, now there's another name I didn't mention. Could Cody win it?
I think it's going to come down to either Cody or Punk. I think part of that may have to do with what they expect Rollins' injury to be. In my opinion.
Let me throw you one out. We haven't talked about.
Mm-hmm.
What if? Which one of the Uso brothers is on Raw now?
Jay.
What if Jay was to win the Royal Rumble and finally get his shot against Roman?
His second shot?
Yeah.
I did read.
I was going to say I could be okay with that too.
I did read somewhere that they were planning on. There's rumors that they were going to delay the Rock versus Roman match for like the Netflix deal to take effect. But if they do it at WrestleMania, I wouldn't be surprised if the Rock was number 30 and he wins the Royal Rumble, just to immediately call out Roman.
There's another one
because everybody's hanging on that promo he did on Raw.
There's
going to go to a restaurant. Where should I sit?
I mean,
and he said he ad-libbed that. Totally ad-libbed that line.
And there's another one there. So who's your predictions?
Babcock says Punk is a favorite, but will that bring money?
What's the odds?
Rather see another outsider out of the favorites. I do know, listening to Busted Open this morning when they were interviewing Cody,
go ahead.
He did mention that Punk is the favorite, followed by Cody in what's expected. So that's why a dark horse would be more exciting, I think, if it fits. Like if Jay wins, that just furthers the Bloodline story even more so. And then that even opens the door wider for The Rock to be involved and Rikishi and everybody else, because now these two guys, these cousins, are going at it again for the title.
Let me throw another name out. What about Sami Zayn?
I have a funny feeling the company has drastically backed off on him since the match he had with Roman for the title. You know, he got that major push. Otherwise, they wouldn't have slid him back into the title scene again. In my opinion, they haven't given him that major push since.
But most of the names that we've mentioned have had major pushes.
And most of them have stayed there.
They are, but there's only like 3 that are WrestleMania main event like contenders right now.
Right.
Okay.
Well, and again, Burnett says there's money in Punk versus Rollins, and we were actually talking about all that before we went on the air because Rollins' knee injury is really a big variable in here in terms of what the outcome of this match could be. Because I think we were all gearing towards Punk and Rollins towards WrestleMania at some point, right? Because of their heat. Then they shifted a little bit this past Monday to Rollins, and Gunther got it, with him in the ring. So is there something brewing there? Why they would make that pivot if Seth can't make WrestleMania and not continue to build the story with him and Punk? And even if he can't make WrestleMania to have that match, they could still do it. Punk could still go in and draw a little heat. Oh, he's injured, still couldn't face, and still do that match down the line. What's the purpose of shifting to Gunther? That I don't understand. But I think Rollins' injury here could very much curtail what the 2 main events are going to be for WrestleMania night 1 and 2, as I believe, and I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, our prediction was Rollins and Punk on night 1 for the heavyweight. And then on the second night, more than likely would be, I think we said Cody, but the Royal Rumble winner and Roman on night 2.
Yeah.
But now night 1 is very much up in the air.
Can I throw out my scenario? Because I don't think Matt's heard it.
Okay.
This is what I said. If Seth's injury is of a nature that he can't go, then what I think needs to happen is, and this is just my opinion, he relinquishes the belt. They take the top 8 or 10 and have matches. The final 2 that are left standing have a match at WrestleMania for Seth's vacant belt.
That's pretty good, but I think if he was going to relinquish it, he would have done it on Monday. I don't think the injury is as bad as they're letting on.
And this is what I said to Aaron, and I'm being serious now. When it's an ACL injury, it's an ACL injury, and it takes time to heal.
It's an MCL injury, and it's only partially
the medial collateral. It's still part of the main part of the knee.
He even said on an interview for Sports Illustrated that he dodged a huge bullet and he'll be able to recover with rehab.
That's what that's what they're saying. That's what he's saying. He don't know until it gets there. The doctors don't know, and the doctors are the experts. That's all I'm saying. If he can't make it, that's just my opinion of what should happen. That way you're putting the 8 or 10 best wrestlers against each other to go up for the belt at WrestleMania. That's all.
We also talked about this. We talked about this before we went on the air. The 30-day rule, right? You must compete and put your belt on the line every 30 days. We know that doesn't happen with
That's been so far thrown out the window.
And that got thrown out because of Brock Lesnar when he was champion. He wrestled 4 times a year at the main shows, more or less. Roman, of course, now the same way, written into his contract, I'm sure, his dates and everything. So you can't even rely on the 30-day rule to be part of this, unlike when Finn Balor hurt his shoulder the night he won the original Universal title. Next night he's on Raw. He has to lay it down, right?
Exactly.
And he really never got his shot. This is what we were talking about earlier. He never really got that return shot when he was healthy until, a couple of months ago when he went after Seth for the heavyweight title? I mean, come on.
There's another one. Add his name to the list that might deserve to win the Rumble.
So who knows? No. And one name got thrown in here by who put it in here? Hold on a second. Let me see. Ronald Young. Ronald, I don't know what you're smoking down there in Florida right now, but Shelton Benjamin ain't winning the Rumble. He got released in the last bunch of releases, nor would they have him come back, I don't think. And why would you have Shelton Benjamin win it? A surprise entrant, maybe for one-off? Okay.
Damn.
But why would you have him win it?
I got a surprise entrant.
Go ahead.
Sin Bodhi.
I think it'd be
What are
great.
you, what are you laughing
I think
at?
it'd be great. He's
Versus
down there.
the Undertaker.
What are you laughing at?
No, because I think it's a fun idea. That's why I'm laughing at the fun idea of him being in
Freaking
there.
Sin.
I mean,
Do you call him Sin Bodhi or do you call him Kazarni?
I think
because
now his
that's-
identity is Sin Bodhi, I would think. I know what you're saying. It was Kazarni back in the day, but I don't know. You're bringing Matt. If you're going to bring Cardona back, you're not bringing him back as Zack Ryder.
No.
You brought Mickie James back, though the name didn't change. She came back for that one-off as the champion of AEW. She kept that. So I would like to see him as Sin Bodhi because it would probably work better for our
And
views.
you know what? He could probably still go.
Oh, yeah,
No
no
doubt
doubt
in
he's
my
training.
mind.
He's got to be, right?
No doubt in my
Yeah,
mind.
listen.
They wouldn't know
I didn't
how
want
to
make
handle.
yeah.
They wouldn't know how to handle him.
That I agree with. They would not know what to do with him. I don't know if I could pick a winner either because it's so wide open. But if I have to pick a winner who's going to go to WrestleMania potentially against Roman Reigns at this point, does the crowd really want to see Punk go against Reigns at WrestleMania potentially? I'm not
I think
sure.
Punk wins. He picks Seth Rollins, and
Right.
then they do Elimination Chamber to face Roman, and Cody wins.
Okay, you convinced
That's
me.
exactly what I think is
Punk.
gonna happen.
I'll take Punk because Matt said so.
I like that.
That's why it makes sense. It's the only thing that logically makes sense to keep both pictures active, right? So I agree with that. So
I don't know.
So you're still. So I'm going to pick
I
Punk
don't
because
know.
Matt convinced me. So I'm in Matt's corner today.
You look at it. I mean, this guy deserves a rematch. AJ Styles deserves a rematch. Mr. Orton deserves a rematch. Finn Balor deserves a rematch. He got it.
Did he ever go against Reigns?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Who?
Finn Balor.
He didn't wrestle.
Finn?
He didn't wrestle.
But he's not. Did he declare for the Rumble yet? Is he in the Rumble?
I'm sure.
I would imagine he is.
I mean, I would think they would all be. Because
assume.
there's so here was other sheet stuff that I read, and
Go
we're
ahead.
going to go to break after this.
I'm sorry.
Rhea
Ripley.
may do something with Damian Priest so that she takes his spot in the men's Rumble, which is now becoming a habit where women are taking a spot, right, in the Rumble. We've seen that over the last couple of years. And which would then cause a schism even more so. Schism. It's still only 2 syllables, but it's got a lot of S's and H's in it.
What's
and M's.
what's the schism?
Like a kerfuffle.
Oh, a kerfuffle. Okay.
Kerfuffle.
A divide.
A divide. I should have said wedge, but schism was the first thing that came to
We
mind.
ain't laughing no more. We ain't doing our job.
Yeah, he has to get a cigarette. That's why.
Oh.
The nicotine's worn off. No?
No, I'm ready to watch for the commercial.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I did set it up. We're still there. There you go. But I think something could happen with Rhea that could because we see Damian Priest. The fraction is happening.
Oh, yeah.
Priest, there's talk about him breaking off somewhere along the line on his own. Something could happen with that. That's another variable. But I think that's what's going to make the men's Rumble exciting because there are just way too many variables to happen.
Could we see Priest and R-Truth together? Possibly. They've been not wrestling together, but could we see
Well, I don't know. I read yesterday that
Truth? I mean, Truth giving him his cut, man.
Wait a minute. Listen to this one. I read yesterday.
Talk to me.
Little Jimmy may be making an appearance soon.
Yeah.
Hey, you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. That was our thoughts on
Really?
Royal Rumble. Hour number 2, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of some other news. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's me, President Trump, here in the Oval Office. You know what? There's so much fake news that today I want to bring you some good news, some tremendous news, such fantastic news. I'm bursting. I just have to tell you about WWDBTV. This company is incredible. They're better than anybody else. If you need anything put on video, anything at all, from a concert to a wedding to a showroom presentation, these guys can do it. And they have a tremendous studio too. They can actually make the studio look like the White House. Isn't that amazing? And they do it better than anybody else. And they do it with styles. Get it? With styles. It's an inside joke, but you'll appreciate it later. So make sure when you need something put on videotape, call them. WWDBTV. You'll be so happy. It's going to be huge.
The other studio.
Thank you, President Trump. The number one Trump impersonator around the world. Thank you, John. Appreciate that for the studio as well and everything that you do to entertain the masses. Welcome back.
He needs to coif his hair up a little more.
That's a wig, by the way.
Trump.
That's a wig.
He needs to coif it up.
That Trump?
Yeah.
That's a wig.
He needs to coif
He's as
it
bald
up.
as I am.
He needs to coif it up.
All right. Thank you for watching Thoughts Count Anywhere, hour number 2. All right, now we're going to start talking about the rest of the wrestling world and football and anything else we come to like. But we've kind of put off the conversation regarding the news that broke yesterday, and that is that Vince McMahon resigned from his board position on Endeavor, TKO, whatever. Yes, that happened yesterday. He is no longer involved in anything with Endeavor. We'll just call it the parent company overseeing both, which is quite interesting. And we know the reasons why. I don't know how deep we want to get into the reasons, but it's kind of interesting that this happened the same week that The Rock gets full rights to his name, as well as, imagine this, a seat on the Endeavor board of directors. Coincidence? Jethro Gibbs does not believe in coincidences. What you got?
Just give me a second.
All right.
Have you guys read about that story?
Yes, the first day I read the details.
Wild.
So we talked about this before I went on the incident happened allegedly in 2019 with that young lady. I don't even recognize the name. I think Chief said
she was in legal.
So she wasn't in like a backstage interview.
No,
or anything. Okay.
no, she's a legal department.
Okay.
In a bombshell released by Wall Street Journal, a lawsuit has been filed against McMahon for alleged emotional abuse, sexual assault, and sex trafficking. Former head of talent relations, John Laurinaitis, is also involved in the lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
I want us to get this right. The suit stems from Janelle Grant, a former employee at WWE headquarters in Connecticut. Grant was promised career advancement opportunities within the report, and McMahon allegedly exploited and trafficked her to others within the company.
And that's where I think Laurinaitis' name comes in, because he was involved, and there's also a prominent wrestler, I believe, whose name
She was paid $3 million not to discuss the nature of the relationship. She alleges within the lawsuit the payment stopped after $1 million. As a result, she is seeking to void the agreement per fight. Well, that's immaterial.
You got more than Stormy.
Paid by Ralph Nader.
All right. So anyway.
So the money ran out.
I want to, and this is from Nick Khan.
Okay.
I want to inform you that Vince McMahon has tendered his resignation from his positions as TKO executive chairman
right here.
and on the TKO board of directors. There you go.
I think I'm just gonna stop writing run sheets and just let him go off Wikipedia the whole show.
That wasn't Wikipedia.
Because it's like I wrote all this stuff down for like nothing.
That was on WWE.
So, but one thing name you didn't mention that is on the run sheet that was prominent yesterday in all the stories I read was one, Mr. Brock Lesnar. Allegedly, his name was brought up in this with Laurinaitis and McMahon.
So was it before he was married to Sable or after?
Well, 2019 is when this happened, right? Supposedly.
Yeah, he was very married.
Very married.
And kids.
And had children.
Laurinaitis was very married to the Bella's mother, too.
You know, it's funny you say that, because there's been no comment that I've seen about what's happening with that situation now that all this has come out with John about the marriage with the mother. I mean, I got to imagine that they're not married anymore, you would think, or some legal action, separation, something.
I would imagine.
Because Mama Garcia seemed like she had a pretty smart, mind of everything.
Haven't heard about Laurinaitis in quite a while.
Not since he was released under the other allegations.
Very quiet.
You can find information on what allegedly what happened and
right.
What went on in the hotel room, yada yada yada. So part of this is she ran out of money. She was supposed to be paid $3 million of hush money. So I wonder
she only got paid $1 million.
Right. So the payment stopped. I wonder if that was part of the $14 million or that was a separate case that he already paid.
It might have been a separate thing,
So
but I want to see all these leaked text messages.
I want to see the pictures.
Can you? Never mind. I was going to say something.
Babcock says Vince left before before or after that 1 million popped up. Then he came back, but that money stopped coming, so it came back to light, and now he's in deeper water. Should have just paid the extra $2 million that they had agreed upon. So now we're closing in, and I'm going to round number it just for ease. $20 million worth of hush money. First of all, $14 million worth of hush money should have been enough. What's the old saying? Where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay. The fact that Endeavor kept him on to this point and dealt with all of this stuff. Many believe that if it wasn't for Vince coming back, this merger, this marriage would have never happened. I don't know that I believe that, because the product of WWE had gotten tremendously better after he left.
Yeah.
Right? I think we always talked about creative. He's out of the way initially for the last couple of years. Triple H and company has done a great job. Did he really need to come back for the deal? I'm not so certain. I think this was just that egotistical move of his.
He like bullied his way back
Right,
in.
bullied his way back on the board. So, yeah, to me, I'm happy for those who work under the WWE umbrella that the cloud of Vince McMahon is, as of today, because God knows he may appeal, he may change his mind down the line, whatever, buy his way back in, that the cloud of Vince McMahon as of right now is no longer. And I got to imagine that helps morale in the locker room.
True. I don't think he's going to be able to like sneak his way back in either, because Ari, like main guy of Endeavor now, I don't think he'll let it happen.
Right.
But does this open the door for Stephanie McMahon to come back now?
That's
because she left as soon as Vince came back into power.
Mm-hmm. That's another great topic that has come up.
It's funny you say that, because I was sitting here thinking, why did Shane leave? Why did Stephanie leave? They must have saw what. First of all, they were embarrassed. Second of all, they saw the handwriting on the walls. Third, they knew what was going to happen to their father. Okay. And they had to see it when they were working for the company. So I hope, and I said this to Aaron before we went on the show, and I don't know if you were here yet. I think between Triple H and hopefully Stephanie's going to come back, and I hope Shane comes back. And I hope the three of them run the company, because I think they can. They've got enough knowledge.
But who's really running the company, Endeavor? As a parent company?
I think collectively at the top, doesn't Endeavor own the company?
Right. And Nick Khan is right now, I guess, effectively the guy running WWE as the biggest name, right?
Is he running the business side, and Triple H is still running the wrestling side?
I think Nick Khan is overseeing the whole thing, but I think he is obviously relying, if I were Nick Khan, let me put it this way, he's obviously delegated all the wrestling TV stuff to Triple H, and rightly so, which takes me back to the question about Shane and Stephanie. Right now, does WWE need Stephanie and Shane to come back in the company? $5 billion in Netflix, right? Money. We're talking money now, right? WrestleMania is going to be coming up. You got Royal Rumble tonight. That place is going to be sold out. You're going to Australia, right? For the Chamber and all this other stuff. Does this current entity need Stephanie and Shane to come back?
Well,
more so, I would rely more on Stephanie than Shane.
I think when you see Shane jump off the cage and you get such a huge pop.
Yeah, but he can be invited in to do that. He doesn't have to be running the company to do that.
That's not a bad thing.
No, I agree.
Shane's left the company like 20 years ago because he didn't want to be in his dad's shadow.
Right.
Exactly.
And for the first,
now that dad's gone, maybe he could come back and use some of his creativity.
Even then, when he's just gone, it's like Cody and Dusty. Like Dusty's been dead for years now, and Cody's still firmly in his shadow.
And what did Cody say this morning on Busted Open? His dad gets more pops now than he did when he was alive.
Right. Dusty's legacy right now is probably as high, if not higher, when he actually performed in the ring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But to me, of the two, I'd rather see Stephanie come back because I think she's a better brand ambassador for WWE, because that's what she did before.
She could run the women's division.
it does need a specific direction. I'll agree with that. No, I'm agreeing with you.
I'm throwing it out there.
I'm agreeing with you. If she comes back, she should, because she's the one that created the revolution, right?
When I get my things, I get my things.
No, but I agree with you. I think if you're going to highlight the women's division more so, or want to.
Are you going to bring Mickie James back?
Well, she's down in OVW, right? Which is that still part of WWE now? No, OVW, so it's independent. So I'd rather see, if nothing else, Stephanie come back. Shane, he's a great pop at WrestleMania, whatever, when he jumps off the cage. But even he's getting to the age, he almost missed it the last time. He almost missed the going coast to coast.
What, 60?
He did a leapfrog and broke his freaking quadricep.
Right, exactly.
What's her name, and see how old Shane is.
Siri. Don't forget to be just getting to that mic. We're checking on Siri's. Siri's going to let us know how old Shane is. But Shane,
Hey, Siri. See, mine don't work. It's broke. What?
He hurt his quad in that match.
Yeah,
the last match.
How about
54?
Okay. I don't think he would do as much for WWE as Stephanie would coming back. But in the overall scheme of things right now, they don't need Stephanie and Shane in there. Things are running well. They're making billions of dollars. Merchandising, we all know, we've talked about this for years. The biggest money they make is in merchandising. Ask R-Truth. The guy's right. He has the #1 shirt
last week. Is he still #1 this week?
That I don't know.
As of the Royal Rumble, this is going to be the first time in 50 years that McMahon is not in some way, shape, or form running WWE.
Yeah, I mean, that within itself is a milestone and an accomplishment, that there's no McMahon name attached to the WWE visual product. Wow. So that truly is an end of an era.
That's
right?
That's a shame.
So,
that is a shame.
It is a shifting of the guard. I don't think it's going to affect anything negatively in what we see, because the product's been much better when Triple H took over. Some bumps and things you question about things happening, but for overall, for the operation of the company, like I said, in my opinion, I don't think they need either. But if I had a choice, bring me Stephanie back, because she's a great marketing ambassador for the company, maybe gets involved in the women's division at some point. That's where I would rather see her come back.
Connor's Cure.
Yeah, all of that. So she was a great ambassador for all that stuff.
It just went in my mind, and you guys said something. It's an end of an era. And I think back, and I'm going to digress for a minute. When you go into
Thank you, Nicholas.
When you go into Madison Square, or you go on to Tuesday Night Titans, and you see Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan, and pioneers like that brought it to where it's at today, and the young ones, the Matt Cardonas, the Chelsea Greens, the Jade Cargills, Kevin Cross. You see the young ones coming up and getting to that level now, and it's a good thing.
Oh, absolutely.
But Vince's dad's got to be turning in his grave. Has to be. There's no doubt in my mind.
The historian's brother, Nicholas, put in the chat room, a report came out today that Shane left in the early 2000s because Vince wanted Shane to partake in the debauchery that he was involved in, and Shane turned him down in front of high-level executives, and Shane actually tried to stop Vince. Shane comes back. Shane comes back every time on that stage. He gets one of the loudest pops ever.
Maybe that's why
he disappeared.
His wife,
Linda,
wouldn't let him into politics with her.
Oh, this could have come up regardless. But this could have come up. But this could have come up regardless.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And they've been separated more or less for years, because she's always in Washington.
Yes.
Is she still into politics now? I don't even know if she's done or not.
I'm not sure.
Because she had a seat under Trump, didn't she? She was part of Trump's administration, all that.
Part of his cabinet.
I don't know if she still is, but they've been separate. If they're whatever, they've been separate for many, many, many years. Interesting to see. But look, I think at this point, the eggshell walking, the heavy shoulders of pressure, the dark cloud that is Vincent Kennedy McMahon in terms of the talent in NXT, Raw, SmackDown, the entire roster, whatever, UK, whatever, they are breathing a lot easier these days, because now that cloud is gone.
Yeah.
And I think it's only going to get even better now that cloud's. It's silly to think you just signed a $5 billion viewing contract and things could still even get better.
But you know, the question is, who negotiated that contract? Was it
Nick Khan and Triple H.
Is that who it was? That's who it was.
Yeah, they kept missing TV because they were going to LA for negotiations.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
Burnett says Vince and Linda are still legally married simply because of business reasons. So that you're talking about tax write-offs.
Limited liability corporation.
That's right. That's right. All right. So it's an ugly report to come out. It could be, it was, if Vince had tried to stay on, it would have been another black guy on WWE product and all that stuff. I would love to know who or what got into his ear to finally convince him to resign.
Ari.
You think so? You think Ari from Endeavor did that? Okay.
For sure.
Now he did that on Thursday, or was this yesterday? He's yesterday, right?
Yesterday he resigned. Thursday the news came out.
So
maybe it was Dana White.
He's not high enough. Although they do spend a lot of time. Right. But I'm wondering how the stock of TKO changed with McMahon leaving. Because I think initially when he stayed on, if memory serves, and I could be wrong, I thought I saw the TKO stock dip when McMahon took over abruptly and stayed on. I'm just wondering though if the stock actually adjusted up in favor of him no longer.
Down 0.97 yesterday.
Okay.
86.54.
So that's virtually no change when it's that kind of thing. Point something. But we may see a bigger impact come Monday, just in terms of the stock. But
the change was a minus 1.11%.
So it dropped 1.1%.
Yeah.
Currently selling now at 86.54 when it opened at
85.89.
It had to have closed at 85.89 and started at 86. I'm really interested to see what it looks like on Monday after the market. But all right. So let us move on from there.
Unless you want to buy some stock.
I actually looked at that when they first opened up at like $3 a share.
Buy 3 shares.
I actually owned a couple of shares. It started going up. I needed the bucks and I ended up selling it. I actually did get into that initial offering, but
that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely. Stock went down when he sold his shares with the Netflix deal. It went up to back up where it opened yesterday. It dipped a little bit. So and he sold, what was it, like 80,000 shares or something not too long ago and got beaucoup dollars.
Did he
by cashing out?
Did he sell all of his shares?
No, he still has like controlling interest in shares.
He does.
Oh, like 40%, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. But like you said, if Ari's going to be the biggest blockade for Vince McMahon in the future.
The one good thing about Endeavor is not like they're like a controlling company. When they first bought UFC, like they owned UFC, but they let UFC do what they did. Like they kept Dana White as president.
They let him.
It ran like pretty much exactly how it did. It was a different owner.
Right.
Kind of what they did with WWE.
That's good.
Interesting.
No, that's good.
I just don't want to see him figure out a way to push himself back on the board.
Well,
since
that's
he
why.
starts controlling stock.
Why I asked how much does he still own?
Well, 40% though is not a controlling interest. Somebody owns 60%, so he still, I don't think would have that, especially after selling all those shares not too long ago.
Endeavor has 51%.
I mean, I don't understand how they can take him off the board.
He didn't. He resigned from the board. He resigned from everything.
But that's what I mean. If you still own 40% of a company, I would think you would be on the board of directors. I think there's more to it than meets the eye.
He was on the board of directors, but the whole point of a board of directors is if like you have a corrupt CEO, there's a way to get him out.
Brunette says Vince had 12%.
It's like Steve Jobs got like taken out of his own. It was his company.
12%.
Right. Exactly. And that happens a lot. Exactly right. Look, he can still have 40%, 12%, whatever it is, and make the money off the company.
Exactly.
He's just not in the operational part of the company at this point. He'll get the benefits financially.
He's not a mouthpiece.
Right.
If Elon Musk was to ever get voted out of like Tesla, this is how we get the green goblin in real life.
All right, let's go back to something in the rumor section real quickly. Rumors: Finn Balor is getting close to his contract ending. Does not have a renewal yet. Will he leave WWE, you think?
I don't think so.
Where, if he did leave, where would he go?
Oh, to me, there'll be no other place in AEW unless he wants to go to New Japan. Didn't he wrestle in New Japan for a while? I mean,
he was part of
the Bullet Club.
Bullet Club. Yeah.
Thank you.
But I mean,
God, am I not remember?
here's the interesting thing is that you have these guys, you have Finn, you have Drew, you have all these people. Becky's contract is up, Seth's contract is up sometime this year as well. The prominence and position in the marketing of WWE, of their character and who they are, you can't tell me that you're going to go to an AEW. If we're all going to just split it on money, you can't tell me that you can go to AEW and make as much or more money than you can make right now in WWE.
No.
So why? I mean, why would you leave?
Can I ask the question?
Sure.
What if The Rock supposedly is back with WWE or with whoever?
Well, he's on the board of
Endeavor. Endeavor or whatever. What if The Rock was to get pissed off and say, you know what, I'm leaving? And he left, didn't say nothing, but then he went out and he opened his own wrestling company up. And you just mentioned Becky and Seth and Drew and
Finn.
Mm-hmm. There's 4 people right there that are main eventers. All right. And then you got people at AEW that could probably leave. You got Okada in New Japan that's you could start a hell of a company.
Sure.
Okay.
I think Rock's got his hands full with the UFL league now.
I'm just saying though.
But but for that same perspective, I think we talked about Rock getting back involved. Rock could have gotten involved with WWE when it was a single entity.
Yes.
In a lot of that same capacity, right? When they were selling it. As a matter of fact, didn't The Rock and some other conglomerate actually put together a bid to buy WWE at that time?
Yeah.
It obviously didn't work, but
Magic Johnson.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's part of him and Magic. So the interest was there to do something like that, but I don't think The Rock is interested. Again, my opinion.
I'm just saying
in starting something from ground up, only because if you look at all of his projects, again, I'll use the UFL, the football league.
Right.
That was, although it's not an NFL.
Right.
But it's an entity that was already created.
Yes.
It was something that the concept was already there.
Right.
Teams were already there, and you could pretty much reorganize a couple of things, and off you go.
I mean,
I think starting from scratch, I don't know if that's in his makeup right now.
It only takes a wrestling ring and a venue.
Sure.
And 12 or 14 wrestlers. You could put on a main event show.
Absolutely. You can find a place with 10,000 seats and The Rock's name is on it with said names that you mentioned there. Oh, it'll sell out. No question. Yeah.
And then you make $5 billion.
But now he doesn't have to. He's sitting on the board of Endeavor. I'm sure he's got plenty of incentives sitting there as well, right?
But I wanted to throw one more thing out that we failed to mention on one of the topics we were talking about. I at least saw an interesting man on NXT Tuesday night, who has probably one of the best minds in the wrestling business come back. And where's he going to fit in WWE now?
Well, he's been back at WWE for damn near a year. He just wasn't allowed to appear on TV.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So now
he went back to WWE like 2 weeks after he left AEW.
So he had the whatever was in his contract. He couldn't be on TV for a year, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So nice segue, because I want to talk about The Rock's daughter.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Ava was appointed the new NXT general manager. Thoughts?
She got big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
We seeing Mr. Regal Tuesday night and him walking out with her.
Yep.
I think he's got her back. He's going to bring her along.
Does this mean that she's never going to be a wrestler? And she's so young. I mean, she was
only 22.
Right. So she was with Schism. Was that the group that she was part of? That group separates. But why would you take a 22-year-old and put her in a position of like that and not continue to perform in a ring to get better?
Well, maybe with Daddy being on the Endeavor board, he asked for that to happen.
Possibly. I don't.
I would hope she gets out under his shadow.
Right.
and does her own thing.
I could see like them putting her as a general manager if like she's like slightly hurt or something to get her name out there.
Okay. Like an
Keep
angle.
her on TV.
Okay. Like an angle
Maybe
cover.
Unless she was just like wrestling's not for me, or they want to keep her on TV. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she needs more training in the ring.
Yeah, but she could get that staying part of NXT on the air as a wrestler. Go to the performance center.
I mean actual training.
No, I know what you mean.
Not
No.
getting in the ring, but the
I got you.
actual training.
Maybe.
So maybe that's why they put her in that position.
Yeah.
So that she can get the training.
That's
she
viable.
needs.
I just found it interesting that that's happening with her. That's all. They couldn't find a story for her to be involved with after Schism separated. And like you said, this will give her something to do. If it is an injury angle, sure, that makes a lot of sense. But I don't know. Just
Well, they
there's
couldn't
just
figure
something-
out something like what they did with Baron Corbin, and they were just like, "Hey, you're going to be the Raw general manager."
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I gotta. Corbin's done a great job down at NXT since he's been back down there.
Mhm.
I've thoroughly enjoyed watching him.
Yeah. He hasn't been
wrestle.
on TV in a while, unless I missed some of his. Is he still on every week down there?
Yeah.
So who is he feuding with down there now?
Well,
He's in the tag tournament with Braun Breaker.
Oh, Breaker. Gotcha. All right.
The Dusty Classic.
We are going to step aside for our break at the second hour because we still have so much to do. And of course, when we come back, we postponed it from the first hour, but we're going to do when we come back. And that is, of course, the Chiefs rant. Although the first hour was filled with a lot of Chiefs rants.
We also make our huge announcement.
Yes, we have a huge announcement.
We're gonna make the announcement before the rant. Yeah.
Whichever.
What do you
All
want
right.
to do?
Either way,
That'll
we'll
give the Chiefs something to rant about.
figure it out.
No.
We'll figure it out during the break. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. More to do right after this.
If you want to be part of one of the greatest podcasts on the world, Thoughts Count Anywhere, every Saturday, 9 to 11 Pacific. Now recognize that.
Hey everybody, Aaron Philson. I am standing with Anthony Miller. Hey, I have a quick question for you. What's the name of your favorite wrestling show? Thoughts Count Anywhere. What a convenience. Saturday, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific. If this guy watches it, better watch it also on Facebook. This is your warlord of weird Sin Bodhi, and you are watching Thoughts Count Anywhere right here on Facebook, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. Pacific Coast time. Stay tuned. Do I look like I'm clowning around? Buddy, I'm Aaron Phillips, and I am with the legend. And Sabu, you were telling me earlier about a special wrestling show that you really like, and that is what? Thoughts Count Anywhere. That's a coincidence. The same show that runs Saturdays, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific, right here on Facebook. You better listen to the man to watch.
Aloha, this is April Hom, the Royal Hawaiian from Glow, and you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere.
All right. Did you know the word fan comes from fanatics and fanatical? What a segue that is, because I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Matt. He has a huge announcement. So, folks, pay attention.
So I got bored one day. I was listening to a podcast, and I heard about something, so I started researching it, and I found the application. And I started laughing at myself, and I was all like, I'm going to fill this out literally as a joke because there's no way it's going to happen.
Why not?
So I filled it out. A couple days later, I get an email. Congratulations, you've been accepted to our program.
Woohoo!
So Thoughts Count Anywhere is now an affiliate partner with Fanatics,
Woo!
which is like the biggest sports merchandiser in the world. They're
including a certain wrestling company.
WWE shop, MLB shop, NHL shop, NFL shop, college football, basketball, all of it. Hockey.
So what does that mean for our viewers and
It
for
means
us?
if you're going to buy a belt, buy it from me.
Basically, it means we're going to create like a link. We're going to put it all over social media and our website. If you click on that link that goes to Fanatics, we get part of the proceeds of whatever you guys buy.
Woohoo! Which would be tremendous if you would do that. If that doesn't fit your bill, then you can always go to thoughtscountanywhere.com, and we've got our own merchandise tab as well.
Yeah.
But Fanatics, I mean, come on, folks. All their specials, all your favorite sporting stuff. And be honest with you, if you do that, or when you click on that link, right, those proceeds, like Matt said, quite frankly, go to continue to keep the show on the air.
So if you want to see us continue to beat up Chief and Chief get pissed off all the time, buy some stuff through Fanatics and through our
If
through
you
our
think
link.
he's pissed off now, when you start seeing some money coming in.
No, but seriously, do that. Check it out. Matt will have that on our website. It'll be on my website, the Roundtable, all of our Facebook pages, wherever we can put it out there, on our Instagram page.
Yeah.
100,000 plus followers on Instagram. So, folks, please help support us. Get your stuff now. And do they have Snickers on there for us to buy for cheap? I feel I smell a new shirt coming
No
down the pipe.
balls unless you put some Snickers on the.
That's
on the
right.
merch.
I think it'll be copyrighted, but we'll deal with that later. Okay, great stuff. I'm really excited about that. It's a great opportunity for us as well as our fans and followers. Did you happen to look at that video clip for Sin Bodhi's show eclipsed 100,000? I'm sure it has.
It's 94.
94. That's what I said. It hasn't just hit 100,000 yet. All right, Mr. Chief, is it time? Are you ready for something?
I'm ready.
He's Wikipediaing his.
I'm ready.
All right, it's time now for the Chiefs rant.
General of quarters, all hands man your battle stations. Set material conditions Zebra throughout the ship. Make Zebra report to DC Central.
Because the chief says so. Hey, good morning, everyone. It is the Chiefs rant. My 3 minutes of fame is now 2 minutes and 58 seconds. But more importantly, here's my rant today. I don't have a rant, but I'm going to talk to you.
Uh-oh.
So here's
What a buildup.
No. So here's what's going down. I read an article this week in one of our chat rooms that we have, and it talked about autographs and pictures and this camera.
That's camera.
Yeah.
The one that's
I
pointed
like
at
the
you.
middle. I
The
like
one that's pointed at
I
you.
like
right
the
here.
When he moved and pointed right at you.
I like this one.
That's right.
But anyway, it was talking, and what the hell did it cost for the damn picture? $88
Mm-hmm.
and 49 cents or something for an 8x10 picture and autograph. Now, who the hell can afford $88? I'm not going to tell you who the wrestler was. All
Mickey
right,
James.
but
Her name is Mickey James.
is that what it was? Okay. Anyway,
That's why I didn't want to tell. He wasn't sure.
yes, I was. I knew who it was. But somebody in our chat room said, "Is that in Canadian money or not?" And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, $88 for an autograph. Who the hell charges 80? Either charge 80 or charge 90. Don't charge. Who the hell has $8 in their pocket?
$88.
You know, you're going to have 20s and you're going to have 10s, but $88, not worth it. Not worth it to the economy.
So if it's in, because that
Go
poster,
ahead.
That poster you looked
interrupt
at,
me.
No,
Go
well,
ahead.
I'm giving you information to help you.
You're-
That poster showed she was in Canada. So I
Correct.
agree with that. So if the 88.39 was Canadian dollars, that's $66 US.
But who?
That's still
Well, wait a
too
minute. Wait. Who really has $65.66
So the 60
US?
means the devil.
Who carries that? Make it 60 or make it 65. But don't put 66 cents. Hell, the banks are even asking for pennies now. You dumb shits. That's the Chiefs rant today, over and out.
John is being recognized.
Who the hell's got cash anyway?
That's what I was thinking.
Right?
It's all debit card.
I got cash.
How much?
Oh, don't tell anybody here. They'll get you in the parking lot.
Like hell they will. I got it.
All right. But you know what? The point is that, some of these prices that these performers, wrestlers ask for, really anybody, even any baseball players, anybody who signs stuff.
Even better was $120 for a photo op.
Here's the thing though, and I mean this with all respect. You got a little toddler out there who's a wrestling fan. All right, goes up to a wrestler. Will you take a picture with me, or will you autograph one? A little guy. Just sign the damn thing. the hell with the money.
Be a mean Gene Green, a mean Joe Green.
Make it up on somebody else. All right.
John kills me.
I mean that
You don't remember that?
I agree. I do.
That's how I look at it.
No, I agree.
I understand it's their living.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the fact that we're going to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to pay something for an autograph or a picture or merchandise or whatever. Like you'd have, I have, and well, the Outcast today. But we've all paid.
Yes.
And I still love you. Don't worry.
For $120, that line's going to be real small.
For $120, there better be a private dinner involved in anything. I mean, that's a lot of money. And I agree with you. You get the little ones coming up.
Thank you.
But there is a lot. I mean, I've seen a lot in baseball memorabilia. Kids run up to the front with the baseball. Hey, Mr. Willie Mays, can you sign this one? What do? They run back. They give it to their father. And what do we see on eBay the next day?
Yep.
Because they know these athletes or stars and entertainers realize that their signatures are being black marketed for the sake of a better terminology. But at simple shows like this, you know what? Give a kid, because really you're performing for the future. That child is going to be a future fan as they continue to grow up. And like you said, Chief, one autograph, is it going to make or break somebody? I mean, depending on the level. I mean, I get that Independence is different than the main shows, but
and I'm sure your wife's the same. My wife doesn't get upset about a lot of stuff, but we were at a show and a young fellow went up and asked a wrestler to autograph. The reply was, I'll be more than happy to sign your autograph. Go get your mommy and daddy and bring the money back and I'll sign it for you.
Oh,
and I'm going to tell you what, that turned my wife right off about that wrestler.
Ronald shares, Enzo signed a picture for his oldest daughter for her birthday at no charge last year. See, that's what you do.
That's the way that's the way it's supposed to be.
What would you do if you saw a wrestler in person with a Down syndrome little girl run up to her and say, "Oh my God, I'm your biggest fan," and she says, "Get away from me," and just keeps going?
Oh, I would. If I was a fan of that wrestler, number one, I would no longer be a fan. I'd be very disappointed in that individual, for sure.
That woman's name was Sasha Banks, by the way.
Yeah, well,
I watched that in person happen.
I don't doubt it. And there's another one of a young boy that had cancer that my wife worked with his mother. Matt Hardy was out here. Matt and Jeff signed everything they could on their merch, one of each on their merch table, gave it to Liz for the young boy.
Nice.
No charge.
Robert shares again, and I did see the video. He shared it, I thought with us, but I know I saw it. His daughter, when they were in town, when WWE was in town, was it December last month, right?
Yeah.
They were right along the rails where Robert and his daughter sat. My daughter never looked at AJ Styles after the event. He was walking up the aisle in December and gave her right off of his arm his armband.
Nice.
And now she follows AJ Styles probably as much as Rhea, if nothing else. But that's, you know what? I always believe that honey attracts bees better than vinegar.
Oh, yeah.
That's why even and again, the opportunities we get with Scott, John.
Hello.
I only paid $20 for a picture, a photo op with Elvira. And I got her boob pressed up against my chest.
And not for extra? Guys, there you go. The opportunity that Scott gives us when we work Silver State events coming up next in March 15, 16, 17. And we meet these people up close and personal, right? The card shows where you saw the commercial spots that I did.
Yes.
I go up to these individuals expecting nothing other than, hey, just want to introduce myself. Like Greg Valentine at the last one. My God, we all slobbered all over ourselves when we sat down with Greg Valentine on the show.
I must have been it.
You were there with us, or who sat in with us?
Thomas.
Oh, Thomas came over. You were tied up at your table, I think it was.
Yeah.
But after we were done, Valentine's table was right behind Sin Bodhi where John was and all that. And I just went up to him and introduced myself after we were done with the show, and we just talked. about WOR TV in New York,
Oh,
watching
yeah.
at midnight. And
Yeah,
all,
buddy.
and you know
Channel
what?
9.
By that point, I said to him, I said, look, would you mind if, because my dad and I were big fans of yours, if you, no problem, come on back here. I didn't get, just, you know what? If you don't expect, then you get the best surprise in your life when you have that opportunity to meet these people. Except for Jake when he gives you this. I guess that's a sign of pleasantry from him, right?
Him and Jake,
right?
When they're together, they are hilarious.
I bet they are.
Oh my God.
I bet they are. All right. One other thing, fallout from this Vince McMahon situation, which is on the run sheet on the set back page now. Reports say Slim Jim has decided to pull their sponsorship for the Royal Rumble after this news about McMahon. What does this mean for their relationship with the company? That's when I heard that, I was like, my jaw dropped when I heard it on the radio and on Busted Open.
So did I.
I think that's huge, and I'm surprised they're only announcing it for just Royal Rumble. Does that mean they might come back WrestleMania, let the cloud, let everything settle and come back? I don't know. That's big.
I think I think Slim Jim was trying to figure out what they were going to do with Vince first, but now that he resigned, hopefully WWE and Endeavor can fix that relationship, because even if you look on Slim Jim's website, because I was looking for their logo for to put the story up, WWE's all over the thing,
right?
So,
I hope it was just like you said, it was maybe a knee-jerk reaction, and maybe rightfully so at the moment when they reports
you're getting sued
first
for
broke,
sex trafficking. Bye.
Whoops. Slim Jim returning as WWE sponsor after Vince resigned. Slim Jim had paused its sponsor activities due. There you go.
Oh,
There's the
good.
answer. So they came right back. All right. Let's cross that off.
That's crack research,
that is very
buddy.
good. You even beat Babcock in the room. Cora Jade got injured. She has undergone successful knee surgery. She'll be out for about a year.
Oh, shit.
She's pretty. I like her.
So that kind of knee operation when it first happened, they were thinking 9 to 12 months with her. So, I mean, I saw a picture. CM Punk was down at the Performance Center, and there was a picture of her with Cora Jade. She's got the brace almost mid-thigh down to shin. Yeah, that's the
big one.
That's the big bad boy.
You know who we haven't heard about?
Who's that?
Anything about? My girl, Charlotte. We haven't heard anything about her.
That's because you're not on TikTok.
What's TikTok?
She's been in the gym. She's had surgery 2 weeks ago. She's already on a treadmill.
What's TikTok?
It's just another media platform that she posts her stuff on, and Instagram.
No, I don't.
I know you don't. That's why you
young person's Facebook.
That's why exactly. John Cena, while he was on Logan Paul's podcast called Impulsive, he'll be done with wrestling by the age of 50 as he's turning 47 this year.
Who?
Who would you, John Cena? Who would you like to see his last match be against? Wow.
Randy Orton.
Current day performers, yeah. If I had the dream booking though, Kurt Angle. Because he started with Angle, right? Angle, and talking about full circle, that would be the dream match. But I could, with Orton, they've got some history, Orton and Cena. They even tease that a little bit when Orton first came back, maybe part of WrestleMania as a match. But I would agree with that.
They even asked Orton, what's your dream match in an interview? He said, versus John Cena one-on-one for the WWE title at WrestleMania. It's the one thing those two haven't done.
That would, for me, I know a lot of people, they don't like Cena. His moveset has even gotten worse since he's not been in the ring regularly. But I would love to see that as his last match.
So do I.
I mean, right now, let's face it. Anybody who's been in the ring with over the last couple of years, he's been doing his job. He's been putting people over. Yeah. The baton is being passed, except for when he did it with Austin Theory at the last big event. Really didn't help Theory very much after that. But it's crazy.
And there's two other guys, Austin Theory and
Grayson
Waller.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't doing too much on TV. A little tit to tit here.
Well, the last couple
there, that's it.
Well, Theory had the concussion after that botched move in the corner a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, with, flippy shit.
Was it? Who was it with? I forget.
Carmelo.
That's
so
flippy shit.
Yeah. So that's why the last couple of weeks he's been relatively silent because he's been injured.
I was in the ring last night.
Did he wrestle? He had a return match against Carmelo. Right?
Yeah.
WWE announces the cover stars for WWE 2K24. Cody Rhodes will be on the cover star of the standard game, and Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair will be the cover of the deluxe version.
Yeah, I got it.
There's no like Madden curses there for these guys.
Cody said that he saw Rhea and Bianca's
cover, the
what
rendering.
do you call it? The rendering, yeah. And he said it's awesome. That's only 3. Yeah.
I saw the thing on there. They like tricked them. They like sent those 3 to do a holiday shoot for the previous video game, and they were like, all right, whatever, get their gear on. And then Triple H does a
swerve on
video thing for him. He goes, you're actually not here for a holiday shoot. You guys are actually the cover superstars of the new game. And they were like, oh my God.
Wow, that's cool. That's a nice way to do it. All right, a couple of things. AEW, Ring of Honor, Rey Fenix is expected to return from injury very soon.
It's like the prince of flippy shit. As long as Vikingo is around, that guy's like the king of flippy shit.
You know, I'm going to tell you what, they got some good flippy shit on AEW. Those guys can go.
Mm-hmm. They have no storylines, but a lot of flippy shit.
There's about 6 or 8 of them can go.
Yeah.
And they're
supposedly AEW now is coming back with the records and the standings and stuff, the rankings.
Yeah, the rankings.
Is that really, do we really care about rankings? I mean, they threw them away very quickly early on, which was supposed to make them different.
I think part of it's got to do with Samoa Joe being the champ now, and he wants a structure of who his
contenders.
Yeah, exactly.
So when they started it, CM Punk didn't like it, so they got rid of it.
Well, okay.
I would love.
Really ran it.
Did Punk ever wrestle Samoa Joe
in Ring of Honor like 100 times? Yeah.
Good matches, huh?
Oh yeah.
Sting and Darby Allin to face Ricky Stark and Big Bill for the tag team championships in 2 weeks on Dynamite.
Okay.
I definitely see Sting and Darby winning, and they'll probably end up dropping them at Revolution to the Young Bucks.
Okay. Roderick Strong will challenge Arn Cassidy for the International Championship at Revolution.
I don't know why they're waiting so long to do this match, because it's like 6 weeks away. But
I think Orange Cassidy's had that belt long enough.
Okay.
I think it's Roderick's time. Then I think who's the big guy? Wardlow. He's going to win the men's championship.
Okay.
And then
from Samoa Joe.
And then Taven and Mike Bennett are going to win the tag belts.
They already have the tag belts.
They got them already, right?
See, so his prediction was right.
And so then what's his name that's hurt?
Adam Cole.
He's going to be the leader of the faction on AEW.
Okay. Any ideas when MJF is due back?
At the Royal Rumble tonight?
I was going to say.
Who knows?
I was just going to say, assuming he's still with AEW.
You know what? If he is with AEW, what he's done for that, what he has done for that company,
he's homegrown from when they started that.
He deserves the rest and relaxation.
Well, he's injured too. He was recovering from injury, right? Shoulder or something.
Man,
no, but I hear what you're saying. Yeah,
he deserves the rest and relaxation that he's getting now.
Yep,
because he carried that company for so long. Just my opinion.
No, I listen.
You know,
these guys, like Sami Zayn stepped away for a couple of months. You need that break for your body to heal. You want to be with your family, whatever the situation is. And he was homegrown from the beginning, absolutely.
For a couple months, and then you come back.
Right.
A lot of people, and I'm not. This ain't me at you or you. A lot of people knock Roman Reigns because of the type of contract he's got with doing so many shows and being off and whatever. You know, folks, we forget one thing though. We don't know what Roman Reigns' health is.
Because of leukemia.
Okay. We don't know. So let's all take a step back sometimes and if the people need a break, they need a break. Give them the break. But quit some of the flippy shit out too, and you won't get injured as much.
There you go.
Like even with all the health stuff, if you're like a professional wrestler and they're like, you can either sign this contract for $2 million and you're going to wrestle 250 times a year, or we want to make you a special attraction main eventer and you can wrestle 11 times for like $10 million. Which one are you going to sign?
Absolutely.
All right, TNA report before we get to our pop culture, as I see that our time is dwindling.
Pop culture.
TNA had 8,000 buys for Hard to Kill recently here in Vegas, which they consider a success. Now, 8,000 buys, is that online? Is that
Pay-per-view.
For the pay-per-view, online purchases?
Yeah.
How many buy? I mean, we can compare that to the number of buys that a WWE gets or AEW. I mean, what are we comparing it to? Maybe for
Like
them,
previous like TNA events, they were getting like under 1,000 at some point.
okay, so internally, 8,000 is wonderful, right?
Yeah.
Grand scheme of things in pro wrestling landscape, though, probably not all that impressive, I would think.
It's not a lot, but I think this TNA doesn't get the flowers they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
If they were to get like a big TV deal, I think they're going to blow AEW out of the water.
If you want to see some and I'm going to say quality wrestling, there was some great matches at the show that we were at.
That 6-way match was crazy.
You got that right.
So as you alluded to, and we've touched on a little bit earlier, that TNA is reportedly working on a major TV deal. If they get this deal, what will this do in terms of competing with AEW, in terms of, fan base?
I think AEW is going to have to step their game up because TNA is a good product.
AEW is live, isn't it? Their show? Dynamite, at least.
Yeah, Dynamite is.
The other
Rampage
two,
and Collision depends.
Right.
Yeah.
The other two are mostly recorded.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
TNA records, which we know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Would they benefit more of doing a live show for an hour or two rather than a recorded show? Because obviously everybody knows what's going to go on.
If they get a better TV deal with like sponsors and stuff, yes.
I would think though, when they start out on TV channel, it's got to be a 1-hour show.
Yeah.
I think to start out with.
Even when like they were on Spike, they were live, but
who had Spike? I mean, I did, and then Access.
But you stop and think about it. You saw Rosemary and what's her name come back for this show. Some of the people that have been gone for a while actually came back on the show.
Plus, I also do a lot of their shows on YouTube.
Hello.
You're right. His bottle fell off the table. I don't remember what I was going to say now. Sorry. Can we roll back? Can we roll back the tape?
This is my perfect argument for earlier. Since they're on Access TV, which is cable TV,
right?
There's a lot of cable TV like providers that like certain people don't have this station, certain people don't have that station. But if TNA was to go to like Amazon Prime,
what if they went to Access because
tell them to call me.
That's a Canadian channel.
If they were to move to streaming, because there's so many people moving to streaming over cable TV,
they're on streaming now. I get on YouTube for 99 cents.
Yeah, I know.
A month.
Well, that's what I was.
99 cents a month. Not
but it's TNA.
and all that.
It's not
shit.
WWE though. And I agree that they put on good stuff.
But Netflix, come on.
But I'm not buying. I have Netflix for everything
and
else.
YouTube.
Netflix is much bigger. But cost, obviously, I'm not talking about cost. I hear what you're saying.
To the consumer.
I understand that.
The consumer don't matter.
WWDBTV will give you a much better deal for the wrestling shows.
We'll beat any deal.
Like Crazy Eddie. We're insane. Okay. Tomorrow, 2 championship football games will neatly put a bow on what most will consider a regular season, including playoffs, up to the Super Bowl here in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Game number 1, we have Kansas City Chiefs going to Baltimore. Nasty weather is predicted. Rain, schmutz, and all that stuff tomorrow in Baltimore.
Would you describe schmutz?
Wet and muddy.
Thank you.
Dirty.
Thank you.
Like your underwear.
I gotta remember that. Schmutz.
That's why their uniforms are black. It don't matter.
What the fuck's he?
I have no idea. He says something about underwear. I don't know. Maybe he was thinking about Vince McMahon. I don't know. What the hell's going on around there? Anyway, all right. Let's talk about the predictions for tomorrow's game. Let's talk about that one first. Kansas City, Baltimore. Patrick Mahomes and Lamar, Baltimore.
Kansas City's defense has been
suspect,
and I don't think they're going to be able to stop Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Baltimore.
So you're taking
Baltimore is going to win.
I think Lamar Jackson's on a mission. Could win would be his second MVP, I think, or
yes.
So he could get first time they're in the championship. I think Lamar's on a mission, especially after the contract situation last year and all that stuff. We have a clean sweep here. I'm going to also pick Baltimore to win. Babcock says Ravens are a snot-nosed team. They win in bad weather. That's true.
Facts.
All right, let's go to the second game. The one that we don't even really have to ask Matt about this one. The Detroit Lions going to San Francisco, Santa Clara, technically. Debo Samuel is in. He's looking good. So they are going to have Brock is going to have his main option. So I'm going to start with you because we know his answer. We don't even have to ask Matt his answer. What's your thoughts on that game?
What?
Dead air.
It's an audio show, sir. You have to speak.
The black and blue division, the Detroit Lions.
Okay, booking for the upset. The point spread on this is what? Do you happen to know? I'm just curious.
I don't.
37.
I didn't ask your IQ. Didn't ask your IQ there, Johnny. It's just curiosity more than anything else. So what I'm going to do now, Matt, is ask you. Obviously, the Niners. How do you see the final score? Do you think it's going to be a blowout? Do you think it's going to be what?
I think the 49ers win by 17.
49ers win by 17. Wow, that's big. Kansas City is getting 4 points, and Detroit is getting a touchdown.
Yeah,
they're getting a touchdown.
7 plus 7.
I think the Niners are going to win. I would love to see Detroit win just because of their story. Dan Campbell, 3 years ago, he took over a team that was 0-16, hard-nosed coach. Everybody loves him. They play hard for this guy. First time they're in the Super Bowl, really, I think the first time in their history, 30 years when they won the division and they won the first playoff game, obviously, as well this year in a long-ass time. My heart says Detroit. My head says the Niners. But I'm going to pull for the underdog. I really am. No knock on the Niners. I'm going to root for the Lions tomorrow.
I think there's going to be a lot of tissues in Detroit because their dreams are going to die.
As I said to you earlier, I want to see Baltimore and Detroit because they haven't been there recently. San Francisco's been there. Kansas City's been there.
Baltimore won a championship like 5 years ago.
It's okay. That's 5 years.
Harbor versus Harbaugh.
Okay. I want to see Detroit. That's who I want to see.
Okay.
Okay. The black and blue.
2 Detroit, 1 49er. John, do you watch the football at all?
49ers.
And how about the other games?
Good job, sir. Good job.
All right. Chiefs 49ers over there. Who asked you? Anyway, all right, we're out of time, fellers.
Thank God.
Programming note, 1 hour. Join me on Aaron's Hour. Brian Red Skelton Hoffman.
Today,
best tribute artist there is to Red Skelton. If you don't know who he is, look him up on Google.
Yeah.
He'll be joining me at the top of the hour at noon.
I watched the commercial, and I really thought it was Red Skelton from
his voice was.
From my era. And you got to watch it because it is fantastic.
Great job by John. All right, repeat our big news and then final thoughts there, Mr. Matt.
We're officially affiliate partners with Fanatic Sports, which is the biggest sports merchandising company in the entire world. Big things are coming, and it's going to start with the NFC champion 49ers. I'm going to make that the first link, and I'm posting it all over both of your pages just to rub it in a little extra. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Okay, works for me. Chief, final thoughts.
You know what? It's good to be back.
Good to have you back. Even though you pissed us off, good to be back.
I like pissing you guys off because it brings the best out of you. Everybody have a good week. Enjoy the weather. Okay, enjoy the weather coming up. We're going to be close to 70 degrees out here
until the end of the week.
That's okay.
47 degrees by Friday.
Listen, let's be thankful for what we get.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So get out, take a walk the dog, kick the wife, whatever. Or no, that's hug the wife and kick the dog. That's right. See, I get
Either
That's
way,
the
you're
Vince
gonna-
McMahon way.
Either way, you would get mail from PETA or a
Hey,
few people.
send me Snickers
All right, with
Somebody
that,
walk the chief.
walked.
and pay your damn
Oh
internet
my
bill.
God, this show has been off the rails from the beginning. All right, with that, everybody, thank you for watching. Enjoy
Choo-choo.
Royal Rumble tonight. Enjoy the games tomorrow. We'll see you next week right here on Thoughts Count Anywhere. See ya.
Love you guys.